Maverick returns to the Top Gun Academy, but this time he's teaching a classroom of diversity all sorts. The pupils are the best of the best, and Maverick has only weeks to get them into fighter pilot shape for a perilous mission. Is he up to the task? Will the students learn anything from this chiseled fossil? Strap yourself in for a flight through the danger zone and prepare to have your breath taken away by Top Gun Maverick.
Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. Top Gun Maverick, the sequel to the original Top Gun, here directed by Joseph Kasinsky. He's known for directing Tron Legacy, Oblivion, and Only the Brave, which is a firefighter movie. And he has an upcoming release on Netflix called Spiderhead. By the look of it, someone's got a stiffy for Miles Teller. We open the film on Maverick. He is a test fighter pilot for a military-funded prototype stealth jet. And we learn that Ed Harris wants to defund this project because he believes that drones are the future for fighter pilot. They don't need meat puppets behind the wheel of a jet. But not before Maverick shows Eddie Boy his huge 59-year-old balls by pushing that jet through the danger zone. However, Maverick then learns that he's been recruited or ordered to go to the Top Gun Academy where it all began. Here, he's under the orders that he has to teach the best of the graduates from the Top Gun Academy to train them for a perilous mission, a suicide mission, if you will, to get rid of a nuclear threat. And all of this was at the request of Iceman. Remember him? He was from the first movie! But John Ham and Eggs, who runs the Top Gun Academy, is having none of it. And he's got to stick up his bum about Maverick and his Maverick ways. But the Academy needs Maverick in their time of need. That's right. They need an old horse to teach a young buck old tricks. Because nostalgia. Now, it's actually because Maverick has the most experience in combat and has the most kills. Then we meet our diversity all sorts, the best of the best students that Maverick has to train. They all have their quirky little nicknames, their own little characterization, and all in all, they're less annoying than they sound on paper. But of course, the real conflict is when Mr. Fan Four Stick here arrives, and he's playing a character called Rooster. And he's the son of Goose, which was Maverick's best friend in the original film, and spoiler alert, he died. And you can tell it's Goose's son because look at the resemblance of that tash. And of course, because Goose died in the original film, Rooster's got beef with Maverick. Or should I say, poultry. And he needs to learn to move on, trust Maverick, and let go of the past. That's right, Goose had a son with Sleepless in Seattle. And look at these nicknames in this family. You've got Goose, you've got Rooster, but there is no relation to Ducky from Pretty in Pink. We also get a pseudo-Iceman Maverick conflict like we did in the original film. Here the Iceman equivalent is a new character called Hangman. And the fill-in for our young Maverick here is, of course, Rooster. We also get introduced to an old fling of Mavericks here, played by Jennifer Connelly. And when she rocked up, when she was introduced in her scene, there was actually David Bowie playing in the background. But you know what they say, you never forget your first love. Then the majority of the film is sort of like a training montage, as it should be, Maverick trying to whip these kids into shape. It does hit all the same beats from the original as well. You've got two hot-headed pilots competing against one another, a bar sing-along scene, even a team-building playtime session, except swapping out volleyball for beach-touch football. Oddly enough, though, it is 2022, and this team-building exercise scene was less homoerotic than the original film. Although it did hit the same beats as the original film, it was more pleasing and wasn't ham-fisted, and did tickle those nostalgia balls. The film was very captivating, I was never bored, and the pace is really good too. It never dragged, the script was great, and the humour all landed. I was really swept up in the mission here that the characters were training for, and the film does really focus on character, which is great. The action never overshadows it, and the characterization never overshadows the action. It's perfectly balanced. The film does have that sun-kissed look like the original film, and I've got to say, if you didn't know that Tony Scott unfortunately had passed away, you swear he was directing this. And of course the film is dedicated to his memory. Joseph Kasinsky did a fantastic job with making this sequel seem like the original, like the feel of it and the look of it, looking like it's in the same world. It's definitely a continuation of the story, and you can see the continuity, not just with the characters, but like I said, with the look of the film, unlike the jolting change of styles in the Die Hard franchise. It felt like old school filmmaking. It's always great to see in-camera effects here. I'm sure there was CGI in it, but I couldn't bloody pick it. And it was good to see the actors actually in the cockpit of the jet as they were flying. It's just, yeah, it's pleasing to see. Like I said, I was captivated by the mission that they were all training for. The stakes were really high. It was super easy to follow as well. They explained it really well with not dumbing it down. And honestly, the third act had me on the edge of my seat. It was really, really tense. And the stakes were oh so high. There's an awesome climactic third act as well. Like I said, I was on the edge of my seat. And it went off in a little bit of a different direction that was unexpected but pleasing. Tom Cruise obviously surrounds himself with creatives that he's handpicked. He's at that point in his career that he can sort of pick and choose who he works with. And yeah, it's really working for him. He's so dedicated to entertaining us because that's his job. He doesn't stray away from the path, and he's great at it. He doesn't preach to us in his films, that I can pick as well. He's not trying to push identity politics on us or jam an agenda down our throat. He's just entertaining us, and that's his job, and he does it well. I got to admit, though, that there was bugger all chemistry between Tom Cruise and Jennifer Connelly. It just wasn't there, I'm sorry. But in saying that, though, I have to say, in the original film with Callum McGuinness, there was no chemistry there either. And I will fight you on that. I know the original Top Gun movie has been held up in such high regard because it's nostalgia. It was such a huge hit when it came out, and you know everyone loved it and stuff. But like looking at it now, and I watched it recently leading up to this review, it's okay. I know it's going to piss some people off, but the original Top Gun film is a solid 3-star film, maybe 4. It's just okay. It's fine. But this film, I actually preferred the sequel. Again, it comes down to the mission and the characters. It was really good. And of course, it was just those juicy steaks. But anyway, guys, that's my review of Top Gun Maverick. I was really looking forward to this film. The trailer sold me. I was like, yeah, cool, it looks good. And it delivered. I had a blast in the cinema. It was really good. It was a good popcorn film, and I feel like I've been missing that. And say, I've got all the Marvel films and all that rubbish, and the CGI bukkake parties, but this was just a solid, good action-adventure film. So guys, write down below if you've seen Top Gun Maverick. What did you think of it as well? And what's your thoughts on the original? And of course, if you've made it this far into the episode, please give me a thumbs up, because your love and support just keeps me going, because I love movies and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon, because we give out episodes weekly, and we'll see you back here next week for the next review. And until then, stay spooky, kids.